So we are continuing on in the Be Healed book with episode 2 here in chapter 1. Okay, pages 7 and 8 if you are following along in your book. And it is entitled, Do You Want to Be Healed?
Yes. So the man at the pool of Bethsaida was waiting for 38 years helplessly to have somebody help him to the pool so that he could be healed. But it appears that he has lost hope.
Right. But then Jesus comes along, right? And I think sometimes in our struggles, it might seem like we are waiting a very long time. And or we are waiting a very long time, right, for ourselves to be healed. But it's important for us to not lose hope. Losing hope is never a good thing, Lisa.
Right. And so Jesus asks him, do you want to be healed? Do you want to be made well? And sometimes I think that we kind of have lost hope and just kind of stay in that place of that broken condition and like kind of stay in the tomb, as you mentioned in the Paschal mystery.
Yeah, and we do. We give into hopelessness, right? And we just maybe kind of accept our condition and bear it the best we can. And now we are called to have long suffering and things, right? But we're not called to have a loss of hope inside of that long suffering.
Right.
And I think what's really important about this is that as we become hopeless, or we just accept things, we're turning more inward, and we're not keeping our eyes on God. And I think an important part of this, Lisa, is for us to make sure that we keep our eyes on God all the time, but especially in suffering and difficulty.
Yeah, I was just talking to somebody today, and we had a series a few weeks ago about healing prayer, and we talked about how God uses our suffering. So she has a chronic illness, and she said that when she was going to the healing series, that it helped her realize and actually have a conversation with God on how he wanted to use her illness to have more compassion and kindness towards others, and that she kind of feels like she can sense people's pain and suffering since that's something she deals with often.
Yeah, so that whole healing series has like just opened up this person's heart.
Yes.
Has opened up how God can use these things that maybe were thought before to be broken and not usable. And the reality of it is God, not only does he want to heal our broken condition, which in many ways that can be physical, right? It can be mental, emotional. He definitely wants spiritual. Right. We can always be healed spiritually by God, that inner healing more than anything else. Even if the physical healing doesn't come, we can take comfort in the fact that we have a God who loves us and a God who has promised us all of eternity with him when we know we will be healed.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So I guess the question is, what attitudes of doubt and belief stand in your way of receiving Jesus, of receiving his powerful healing love? What do you think about that, Lisa?
I think it's a great question to reflect on.
Really? You don't want to reflect on it right now?
Oh, well, I do feel like sometimes when you're going through a situation, or like when I go through a situation, sometimes I may have a tendency to kind of lose hope and forget just how powerful God is and how he can use what I'm going through to bring glory to him in some way.
Yeah, so it's important for us to, like I said, always keep our eyes on God. Because when we don't, I think that's when the doubt and the unbelief really comes in. Or if we have a set of expectations associated with what we want God to do, right? Yes. And God's going to give us what he needs, and sometimes that can be really difficult. What we need. It could be really difficult to understand.
Yes.
All right. Well, we can't wait to talk with you about this online as well. So this is some good stuff. I'm Deacon Dave.
I'm Layperson Lisa.
See you next time.
Bye.